I found out why they do that. They do that so you know you're being recorded.
Gotcha.
Because I could just hit record and you would never know. So that's why they announce it loudly, very loudly. I didn't know that till today. All right, we're going to start in easy pose as always. Welcome to your Sunday night restorative class. My name's Janine. Welcome. Now we're just going to relax. We're just going to sit. We're going to sit with the intention that we have nothing else to do but sit. That's it. And hopefully what that does is it starts to allow the body to recognize that we are not busy, that we are just going to be still. And anytime something comes up to remind you of something that you need to do or forgot to do, just say, you know what, I'm good. I'll come back to that later. I think this is the one thing that we forget to do, and that is be still or allow ourselves to be still. We always have to be so busy. And now notice the breath. Don't do anything with it. Don't change it. Just notice it. Just be aware of it. Be curious to what it's doing. We know it's coming in and it's going out. We can feel that. Or sometimes we take it for granted. So let's just sit and let's just really allow ourselves to feel the inhalations and the exhalations and just really be aware of it. Notice where the breath lands in the body. Are your inhales longer than your exhales? Let's try something different with the breath. Let's take a pause in between the inhale and the exhale and the exhale and the inhale. So after you take in your inhale to your fullest capacity, then just pause, hold the breath, and just count to 3. And then take a very slow exhale. And then hold after your lungs have been emptied, count to 3, and then take your inhale. I know sometimes when we hold the breath, we tend to take our exhale forcefully and loudly and quickly. And that's just a panic thing, like, oh my gosh, I have no breath, or I'm holding it too long. See if you can control that and allow the exhale to happen nice and gently, softly, with all the ease. And now let go of that pausing and holding and counting, and just return to your normal in and out of the breath, allowing the body to just do what it does every single day, whether we notice it or not. That becomes your most organic breath, your most natural breath. And as we move through practice today, let's think about, how do you make a shift? Do you need to make a shift with something? Do you need to make a shift from something that's not serving you to something that can serve you better? Do you need to make a shift of letting something go? Does something need to change? Does something need to grow? And once you become aware of the shift that needs to happen, how are you going to allow that to take place? What steps do you need to move forward? Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to come down to active rest. So this is no props, laying on our back. Soles of our feet are on the mat. Knees are pointed up. You're about hip width distance apart, your feet and your knees. Arms are down by your side, palms on the mat. Eyes are closed or soft gaze. And as you lay here, just take inventory of where your body is touching. Can you feel all four corners of the feet? Can you feel the toes? Can you feel your behinds on the mat? And what about your sacrum? Is that on the mat or is that off the mat? And if it's off the mat, what do you need to do to allow that to come down to the mat to be fully supported? Are the shoulder blades relaxed enough that they almost start to open? Is the belly relaxing towards the spine, allowing the spine to lay heavier on the mat? Are the back of your shoulders on the mat? Maybe bringing your arms a little bit out will help that happen. And can the chin be slightly tilted down towards the chest so that the very back of the neck is nice and long? Not touching the mat, just nice and long, hovering over. Bring your arms up on your elbows. So when you bring your elbows onto the mat, your palms are facing each other. Your fingertips are sticking up towards the sky. Yes. And what we're going to do is we're just going to windshield wiper the arms. So nothing has to touch anything. It's just swinging in the air. Let your fingers dance as it goes side to side. Let the wrists relax. Almost like you have floppy hands and floppy fingers. Just finding a way to just let go and just let it move as it wishes. And then allow your hands to come down on your belly and just let them rest there. Maybe you notice they move up and down as the belly rises and falls with each breath. Move the feet just a tiny little bit away from the body and allow the knees to go side to side. Don't try to control it, just try to let it happen. Let them flow with ease and softness. Almost giving your low back a nice little massage. Maybe even letting parts of the feet come up off the mat as the knees go side to side. And then come back to stillness. Readjusting the body again. So the feet are a little bit closer to the body, the sacrum's on the mat, the chin is tilted just a tiny bit towards the chest. Hands are nice and comfortable and soft on the belly. And the breath is just coming and going on its own. With your next inhale, inhale the arms up overhead and just let them lay above the head. And then straighten the legs, keeping them flat on the floor or long on the floor. And just see if you can feel just a slight stretch of the side body, the front body. Maybe the legs are feeling a little bit longer. Just a nice, gentle little stretch. And then bring the feet back to the mat. Bring the hands back down towards the chest. Roll to your left side. And then very gently push yourself up to a seated position. And we're going to move into our first pose, which is Mountain Brook pose. So we're going to take our blanket. And you want to get like a long fold, kind of like that. And then the bolster is gonna go towards the bottom because we're gonna put our legs on the bolster. So we could be directly under your knees. I like it under my calves. For me, that just works better for my back, but go ahead and adjust it however is comfortable for you. And then our shoulders are going to be on the blanket. So not the head or the neck, just the shoulders. If you would like, you can tee out your arms, palms facing up. Adjust your bolster as you need to so that you're comfortable. Find a soft gaze, close your eyes. Let yourself feel every place that the body is being supported by a prop. So it's the back of the arms, the shoulders, across the top of the back, and where your bolster is, the connection it's making to the body. When we make a shift, we weed out what no longer serves us. So it's kind of like a spring cleaning, so to speak. Habits thrive in the dark. Shine a light on them. Habits thrive in the dark. Shine a light on them. To come out of this pose, bring your arms in, bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. Take a moment, roll to your left side and gently bring yourself up. So this long blanket that we had our shoulders on, go ahead and roll that up because we're going to use this in supported cobblers pose. And then just put it on the side so it's available to grab. And then we're going to set up our bolster so that we can recline on it. This is my favorite way to use a bolster. So you can put it as high or as low as you want. You can use 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, whatever works. I have 2 blocks on mine today. Sometimes I only use 1. Depends on how I'm feeling. And then we're going to sit because we're going to recline back. Oh, we're going to bring, made it, you thought your legs, oh, you're going the other way. Okay.
And I can see you. I can see you.
Gotcha. Okay, so the soles of our feet are going to come together. We're going to open up our knees. But before we open up our knees, we're going to take that long blanket. We're going to let our knees rest on there. Not so much the knees, but the thighs. See how it's above? So here's my knee and I have it right here. So it's a little bit like it's laying like right here when I open up my legs. And if the blanket's not high enough, go ahead and just bring like the edges in to make it higher so it's more comfortable. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we're just gonna lay back. Recliners, the best invention ever. We're gonna leave our hands down by the side for right now. I'm gonna introduce you to a mudra in a couple of minutes, but for right now, I just want you to just relax. Allow the back to just sink into the bolster. Allow the head to become heavy. Let the legs rest. Let the breath come back to normal. Actually notice if the breath starts to slow down, the more relaxed you are, the slower the breath will become. To tend to a garden is to believe in tomorrow. To tend to a garden is to believe in tomorrow. So staying right where you are, I'm going to introduce to you the Shinra Mudra, which is the gesture of emptiness for cultivating openness to transformation. In order for something to shift in our lives, we must be open to that transformation that's going to occur. Mudras are hand gestures that direct energy in different patterns and different ways to have an end goal. So you're going to take your middle finger and fold it towards your thumb and then let your thumb hook the middle finger. So if you bring the middle finger down towards the base of the thumb, so middle finger down, yep, and then have the thumb over the middle finger, almost like it's holding it down. Yeah. And then just lay your hands open, either on your thighs, your belly, whatever's comfortable. If it's more comfortable to have it down by your side, that's fine too. Shunya means zero as well as empty. And this mudra cultivates a space of openness in which we develop the ability to view ourselves and our lives with greater objectivity and clarity. This gesture directs breath awareness and energy into the area of the throat and neck, helping to release tension, thereby creating a space of openness in which conditioning can be seen and released more easily. This mudra creates space between thoughts so that we don't identify with our conditioning so completely, and the conditioning is released. This gesture supports the awakening of intuition, allowing us to attune to our inner voice, which guides us along the spiritual journey. Staying right where you are, go ahead and release the mudra. Maybe just wiggle the fingers, make a fist release, just relax the fingers. And then using the hands on the outside of the thighs, bring the legs back together, bring the knees together, and then straight, pull the blanket away, and then straighten the legs. And just give them a wiggle. Cross the left ankle over the right. Take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Switch, put the right ankle over the left ankle. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then just roll up. We're going to do a twist. So we're going to use this long rolled blanket. So just leave that right there. We're going to start on our left side, and we're going to have our hip right next to the bolster. And our legs can either be, our knees can be on top of each other, or they can be like this, whatever is comfortable. And then use your blanket in any space that you need support for. So I just kind of like wrapped it around my knee and then put it on the ankle and then brought the right knee over. Anywhere that you need, I mean, you don't need to use the blanket if you don't need to. So I put it underneath my knee, the one that's on the floor. So like this. And then I just brought it like this over. So I'm covering the left leg, yeah. And then just putting the right knee wherever is comfortable for me. Yeah, just like make sure it's nice and comfy. And then you're gonna twist and lay your torso on the bolster. Your hands can hug the bolster if you wish. Wiggle around, move the legs, move the blanket, get comfortable. Shifts happen, notice everything. Shifts happen, notice everything. Slowly push yourself up. And then we're gonna, before we shift to the other side, we're gonna shift onto our back for a moment. And we're gonna let our legs be long. And we're gonna let the body just reset a little bit, especially the torso and the hips. Breathe deep down into the belly. And then very slowly start to move to the other side, lying on the right side. So you're going to use your props exactly the same way as you did on this side, or maybe you'll notice that this side's going to need a little bit more attention, or maybe less. Spring cleaning is a great way to bring clarity into your life. Spring cleaning is a great way to bring clarity into your life. And very slowly, we're going to come back, pressing yourself up. We're going to come back to laying on our bolster again with our legs straight out. Just letting the hips settle down, letting the legs relax, the waist, the torso from the twist. We're moving into our Shavasana. So if you would like to stay here, by all means, go right ahead. If you would like to move into a different position that will serve you better for your Shavasana, maybe it's on the side, maybe it's laying on your belly, wherever you would like to go, allow yourself to go there. And then when you're there, take a little body scan. Start from the toes, work your way all the way up to the crown of the head. And see if there are any spots with some tension that don't feel just quite relaxed enough. See if you can start to relieve that. Maybe using the breath, which we call prana, life force energy, which travels through our breath as we inhale and exhale, bringing all the goodness into the body, allowing it to take the tension and the stress and the tightness away. Making that shift requires not only the transformation, but the clarity to see what needs to be shifted. Reading from the May You Know Joy book. May you know clarity of vision and purpose. When the world becomes obscured and untrustworthy, may you know your own soul, your own truth, and your own heart. May this clarity be your compass as you take the steps of your journey. Trust this clear vision and make firm choices that are in the interest of your greatest good. Start to move the fingers and the toes. Just bringing just gentle awareness back into the body, gentle movements. Maybe rock your head side to side. Taking it nice and slow. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then very slowly coming off of your bolster, go ahead and come to your left side. And just curl up, maybe bringing the knees up towards the chest. And then slowly allowing yourself to come up to a seated position. Bringing your hands to heart center. And just taking a moment right now for some gratitude. Gratitude for your practice, gratitude for showing up for yourself. Allow that gratitude and that relaxation to carry you into the evening. Maybe waking up tomorrow morning and remembering it. Starting the day off with gratitude. Thank you for coming to class. As always, it's a pleasure to see you. May you find clarity with every breath that you take. May you be open to recognize the shift that needs to happen. And may you have the courage to step forward and make that transformation. I bow to you.